alternator, and then you've got the washer, which is 13R, and this is the pulley basically. It's going to be a pulley shaft, the alternator shaft, and this is instruction 7.1 now, guys. What we need to do now, just there, if I try and leave that there for you so you can see what I'm doing, and then what's going to happen, you've got like a little indent there, so it can only go on one way. That's going to be screwed up to there, like so. That's going to need an iron screw to attach that. So, really well. Here I am in my Hulkamania brother of Hulk Hogan. Do miss you, and that piece there. So that'll be like diagonal fitted. 2 AP screws, like that. Oh, it's going to be funny if it works straight away. Like that. Line this up and get that screwed in. Try and hold that with one of my fingers. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for me. There you go. Like so. What we're going to do is go over that top, put it there. Over that one we've just fitted. This video this week, we're going to take 12C and position it that way around. That's going to be going there on the gearbox. Welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good, guys. Hope you're all well. Here I am in my Hulkamania brother of Hulk Hogan. Do miss you. But enough of that anyway. Back to the build, guys. We're doing Fast and Furious Supra Mark 4 from the Fast and Furious franchise, and we're at issue 14. There's the mag. There's the parts. We're going to take a look at it very shortly. If you're not already subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also comment, share. And I won't do the Hulk Hogan impression ever again. And press that bell notification, you'll always be notified every time I put something up on the channel. Without further ado, guys, let's crack on with the Toyota Supra from Fanhome. Okay then, guys, so sit back, relax, and let's get on with this week's build of the Fast and Furious Toyota Supra Mark 4, and we're at issue 14. Here's the parts, which we'll take a look through in a sec. Let's have a quick look through the mag first. I do hope you guys are all good, all well, and safe out there. Yeah, we've got the usual great content, guys, in these magazines. Again, I've said this many times, I've not read any of these mags for any of my builds, so don't know, when I'm retired or something, I've got nothing to do, maybe read them all then, who knows. But anyway, today we are doing pulleys and engine mechanisms, and this is part 2 of the last issue we've previously seen, which is up on the channel now, guys. Check that out in the playlist whenever you can do that. But let's have a look then at the instructions. Going to be fitting a lot of small pieces on here. It looks very cool. Small belts by the looks of it. Oh, it's going to be a busy issue today, guys. Look at that. Look at the detail they've done here, guys. Look at that. So cool. And then at the end of today, that's what we'll be looking at. Whether that's finished now, I'm not sure. Whether that's going to be the end of the engine and we're going to just be putting it into the chassis, I'm not sure, guys. I've not looked at the next issue as yet. But coming after this build, I'm planning on doing a Titanic, so stay tuned for that, guys. But back to today, let's have a look what we've got. Yeah, the Titanic is getting close to being done now, guys, finished. And then after that we'll be doing the extended bit of the build, which is a bigger scale of the engine basically, of the Titanic, which is going to be pretty cool. Right, we've got a lot of pulleys here. Got a belt. I'm not going to go through everything here, guys, what we've got, but I hope that belt's alright. It looks like it's damaged. I think it's okay. I think it's just stuck together. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be alright. But we've got a selection of goodies here, guys. What I'll do is just explain what parts we're using as we go through the build. So yeah, sit back, relax, guys, and let's get on with instruction 1. Okay then, guys, so first two pieces are 14B and 14C, and what we need to do is connect those two together with an AP screw onto the engine. So what we need to do is pop that in there like that, because that's where one of the belts is going to go, with a thought, and this is going to go against the engine, which I'm just going to pull over now. And looking at this, guys, it's looking like we're putting it there. So this will just pop over that, raised up like that. That's how it's going to be looking. Now what we're going to do, bear with if you can't see what's going on for a second, guys. What we do is just support that. It's easier than I'm making it out to be. That's all because obviously I'm filming it for you guys to see, and I want you to see the best as what I can let you see basically. So what I'll do is if I just hold it up like that, bear with if the focus has gone out a little bit, just until I can get that screwed in. And then get that screwed in with an AP screw, as I said. That's nice and tight now, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's how it's looking. And then for instruction 2, I'll just place that down there. I'll show you what I'm getting out. This is what I'm up against, guys. All these little pulleys, etc. I've got to get the right ones, which I think we are looking at. This one here. That's the next one putting in. So if I move these back over, and this one is going just above there, like so. Get the gist. So what I've got to do now is get another AP screw and screw that in. Just looking as I'm, yeah, that's right. It's got to be just there like that. So if I get another AP screw. Might as well keep one of those AP screws out. I'm going to surely be using some more in a sec. Again, I'm just going to prop it up like that, just until I get the screw in. These screws are being a bit lively tonight. Right, so just pop that in there. There we go. Just make sure these little pulleys are level where you want them to be before you screw the screws in. There we go, you can tell that's nice and tight now, just turn the pulley around. There you go, that's how we're looking at the minute. Then instruction 2, I'll just put that to one side again. Now it's time for instruction 3 to take out the steering pump, which is this piece here. Basically this is going to be being screwed to that piece and that piece there. So that'd be like diagonal fitted with 2 AP screws like that. So let me just get this AP screw lined up. Now this is a bit more awkward to do whilst holding it, so I'm just going to turn it my way for a second and just rest it there. Once I've got one screw, I'll be okay. Let's just get in that one in. Right, let's have another way of doing this. Sorry if the focus is off, guys. There we are. So yeah, we'll just get that put in there. Now you've got to put a bit of pressure on here to get it screwed in. You go into plastic, but be careful not to snap the little fitting behind it. If you put too much pressure on, you may do that. So I'm just finding another screw here. I'm loving this build at the minute, guys. Really am into it now. Just feels so cool after you've done some work on it. It just feels good. And I do love this build, as I say. I can't wait to see it progress. So yeah, I'm just screwing these two 8-piece screws in nice and tight. And this is fitting the steering pump. I'm adding that to the compressor, the air conditioning compressor. But all these little things are making this pipe. Look at that now, guys. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. So now we're going to move into instruction 4. Now we've got to take this little piece as I'm holding the engine in my right hand here. So just show that. There you go. And this piece is the steering pump connection. Now, just to note, guys, if you can see that on camera, this is a D-shape circle, so it will only go on one way to this part here. Now, if I turn upside down, you can see, hopefully in that light, that is a D-shaped pin point, whatever you want to say. So it can only go on one way. So just find where that fits nicely. Let me just put that on the desk a sec. And then when you're happy, you know you've got it into position. Carefully just push that on. Should now go on. It's in the right place. Need a bit of persuasion. When that going on? Keep them cameras rolling, guys. Show you warts and all. You know what I'm like, what I'm about. Just turn around this way, see if that helps. There you go. I won't lie, that was more difficult than I thought, and it shouldn't have been. That's how that's looking at the end of instruction 4. Now what we've got to do is get some more pump pulleys. The steering pump pulley 2 we need, which is parts 14N and 14M. So N for November, M for Mother. Let's just get these pieces out. Right, so we need this one here. It's got all those little circles on also, so that's the right one. Now we need this plain disc here. Let's just move that to one side. Now how this is saying we're going to do this, guys, is basically that's going to be going on top of there like that. And we do need an A-piece, or no, a G-piece screw. Right, we're going to G-piece screws now. There we go, so we need one G-piece screw. And we can connect this to the engine. So where we're doing this then, guys, we're actually putting it onto this part here, which we've just fitted. So let's see how we're going to do this. Just lining the screw up. It'd be funny if it worked straight away. So we're going to get this in guys, and run. Well, that's already on the pivot thing to be going round like that. What we're trying to do now is get the screw in. Is it going in? No, it's not. Hang on. Let me just give that a bit more of a push. There we go. Yeah, we're in. And what we're going to do is line that up with that hole. That was in position. Right, like that. Line this up and get that screwed in. I'll try and hold that with one of my fingers. It should be winning. Again, apologise if the focus is going out a bit while I'm doing this, guys. Hopefully it's not, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is, as I'm a bit close to the camera. But I'll try to be a bit closer than off camera so you can see what I'm trying to do. Try and just show you everything I'm doing, guys. Right, there's that bite in that now, I think it is. Right, so let's get that nice and tight. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Yeah, so that's how that's looking. Oh, this is looking really, really effective. At the end of instruction 5. Right, now, don't stop there. We've got to put 2 more pulleys on. Let me bring these back over, move those screws out of the way. So in there we need 14K, which is that part, and 14L, which is that part. Move that back. And we're going to be needing, what screw do we need in this? I'm not sure if we need a screw in this. It's a bit strange. There's no way that's going to just fit on there. We'll see. Right, so that pops on there like that. Maybe we don't need a screw. Can't tell us we need a screw. No, let's go with it then. But that is like a, it's not a D shape, that is, but might come something. I'm talking to myself now. Yeah, it's like a rectangular shape hole, that, so it's stiff to put on. There you go, that's not going anywhere. But that's how that's got to look, guys. No screw got to go on. That's perfectly strong enough now. Now, this is going to be a fun bit. Here's the belt. We are now fitting the belt to all those pulleys we've just put on. So let me move my screwdriver out of the way. Now there is a knack to how this has got to go. These are very delicate things, though, guys, so you've got to be careful. So what I'm going to do is try and keep that there so you can see what I'm doing, which is going to be difficult for me. There you go. Right, so what I'm going to do is go over that top pulley there. And then over that one we've just fitted. These tend to snap easy though, guys, and if not now, further down the line, which is a bit annoying. But we'll see how this one goes. Onto that one. And then that one goes on that pulley there. Oh, this is going to be a feisty one. And that's because it's been in the packaging that long. Right, let's do it again. So that goes around there. Then that small one there. I'll try and keep it tight, the tension, as that might help. And that one there, and you've guessed it, this one's going to go on the big pulley we did first. Just got to try and keep that tension tight, because if not, it's going to just keep popping off. Once we've got on this big pulley, bear with me if you can't see, guys, I will show you in a minute what's going on. Oh, we're nearly done. But yeah, these do tend to snap dead easy, that's the trouble. So you've got to be careful. There we go, done. But you're not going to turn that. And I will say, we might not even see that once it's all put together with the case on the front, but look at that, guys. It'd be cool if this did turn, but no, it's just for show. That is brilliant. I'm sure on the Back to the Future model I did, all that turned, one of the models I've done, which is cool, but it does snap. They do snap, they get rotten, which is mad. They're in the the house, I know, but they do get rotten wherever you store your models. But yeah, that is it for instruction 7. Doesn't that look cool? Love that. Let's move on to instruction 8. Right, now for instruction 8, we need to take this piece here, 14J, and we'll apply it to those little holes there. So you just push these 2 pins you've got on this part, being careful not to damage your belt. There we go. That's how that's looking. And then we need to take 14H, which is this piece here. And let me look. Yeah, it's got a D shape on the end again, so you can only put it in one way, guys. And push that into that hole there. There you go. Try that way, that might be better. There we go, yeah, that's it. That's how that's looking. So those 2 pieces are in. I'll take this on to instruction 9, and then we need 14I, which is this part here. Now what you want is that little lip at the top. What you want to do is just basically push that onto that pin there, and that onto the bottom one. Look at that. Love that. And that takes us then on to instruction 10, which we need some more pulleys, which I'm just going to get out. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? We'll get these other 2 pulleys, guys, and we'll get them put on to here. So let me move the engine out of the way. So we need these 2 pulleys. So first of all, you've got pins here, as you can see on that one. They've got to be facing upwards when you put it on to the engine there. And then you've got it, this pulley here, it's got 2 holes, and that'll just be attaching and joining these 2 pins on the other pulley there. So there we go. Once that's lined up, give it a nice push. That's how that's looking. Oh, this engine's looking beefy now. Proper Toyota Supra engine. Lovely. 2 litre, 2-way twin turbo. Love it. So that's how that's looking so far. And then what we've got to do is get the fan. And the fan then has to be put onto there like so. And then what we need to do is get a BP screw and screw that on. Oh, this is looking amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I do apologise. I said a 2 litre 2-way twin turbo. Of course not, it's a 3 litre. My apologies, guys, if you was all screaming at the video saying, no, it's a 3 litre and a Toyota Supra. Sorry. I do apologise. Getting way ahead and carried away there. So yeah, I've got a BP screw. Now I've got to attach this fan to the rest of the mechanism. I call these mushroom screws because they've got like a mushroom head, like an umbrella head. A flange screw, whatever you want to call them, but yeah, I call them mushroom screws. And that's why we didn't need to secure those pulleys earlier, because this is what this is doing now. Absolutely amazing. There we go. Just look at that for a second, guys. That is so cool. Oh, I love doing this. I love making these builds, these models. I absolutely adore it. But let's carry on. Let's keep cracking on. So now we need this piece here. And this is now going this side of the engine. Let me just look what we've got. I think it's going to be going on there, to be fair. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to push it on there. Just being careful not to damage any of the plastic fittings you're pushing on. And me, I think I'm going to put a bit of glue on that, because I think that's going to keep falling off. Just a tad, just so it can stick there. Because that doesn't seem, it's on, but it keeps dropping off. And you don't like falling off in the future. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. That's how it's going to go. I'm going to dab a little bit of glue in there and then attach that to that, and then we'll move on to instruction 13. But yeah, that's how that's looking. I'll put a little bit of glue there, guys. Might have cheated or not, but it should go into D shape. hole, but it just wasn't connecting. I didn't want it falling off further down the line. So what I've done is put a little bit of glue. It should be alright. But anyway, back to the build. This piece here, which has got a pin there, that's got to go into there, and then the pin on that little black part there, it's got to go into the end of that, like that. So yeah, this has not been glued or anything, guys. You're not told to glue this, but you don't have to do that. As you can see, that's a lovely position there. That's not moving anywhere. It's lovely and secure, and that is now it's glued. But yeah, that takes us now straight into instruction 14. Now what we've got to do, bit from the past issue here, is attach this pipe to that little pin of the rear pivot of the fuel filter. So this should be pretty simple. I don't remember that being that loose. I think that might have to be glued. See how that goes. It's a bit loose, that is, guys. Don't know if that's because it's been being moved about a lot. I'm not sure. We'll keep an eye on that. Carefully push that pipe on. Should be okay. Keep an eye on that. Look at that. It's little things like how the pipes are looping, like in a real vehicle engine. Look at that. I'm just going to take a minute just to show you this engine, guys. That is beautiful. It's amazing. I'll have to polish that up after. Look at the front of it there, guys. Look at that pipe work and the belts and the fan, the air filter. Absolutely amazing build this is. Right, moving on swiftly to instruction 15. I've now got to find the gearbox output shaft, which I think we built in a previous issue, so I'll get that and we'll crack on with that. Okay, then finally then, for this video this week, we've got to take 12C and position it that way around, and that's going to be going there on the gearbox. And we're going to take 12D, push that through there like that, and just carefully push into that hole. And that is it, guys. That is how we're looking. Stay tuned to the end and I will give you a nice little outro video of what we've done today. And also I'll keep an eye out for the shorts, guys, which come up on YouTube and apply onto TikTok at Rich43official. And I do little videos of where we're at with these builds. I'm just going to swing this around again so you can have a nice little look at it. But stay tuned to the end and I'll give you a nice little close-up shots in an outro video. Beautiful. Oh, if you're wondering why my shelves look a bit bare on the intro and outro, that's because I've moved things about, guys. But once we start getting these built and they get bigger, I'll be filling the space up. So yeah, that's why the shelves looking a bit bare. I've moved things about a bit. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Give us a big thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. And that is it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe. Press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put this build or any other build on the channel up on my channel. You'll be notified, guys. Today was a pretty cool build again, building on the engine, which I'm loving. It was basically the pulleys and mechanism part 2. Love working on these engines, guys. They're really getting advanced now with the parts and putting on and all the little pieces, etc. From back in the day when I did the Back to the Future model. That was pretty cool, but they're getting better every time you get these builds, guys. Now, check out Fanhome. I'm sure this is still available. You can get this for yourself. So yeah, check out Fanhome's website and get the 12 Supra if you're a Fast and Furious fan, or if you just love cars and you'd love to build your own 1.8 scale beautiful masterpiece. There you have it, guys. Go and check it out the Fanhome. But for now, I'm going to leave you there. Thanks for your subscribing. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for your messages. Love you guys. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. I was going to do an all Calvin impression, but I won't put you through that. See you in the next one. Peace.